Lesson 24. Beginning anew. We now begin a new phase of our study. We have considered that there are many crystals of generous proportions hereabout. We have decided that in all likelihood, there is one specific crystal waiting for you. We have also mentioned that you have experienced this crystal before. This member of the mineral kingdom, which is your crystal, has advanced itself in its years of waiting. Because you trained it in the far distant past, because you planted it here in its present environment, it has advanced itself in its waiting. Knowing that your fondest desire was to unearth it, not knowing what the wait would be, as long a wait as it has proven to be, you planted your crystal here and hoped for the day when you might activate it. These lands were islands at that time, and a great task force rose en masse behind the back of the government. These jewels of power were secreted suddenly from their standing places of commission and hidden in the mountainous islands, that they might be in safekeeping and away from the harm they might effect if they were left in the control of the collapsing government. It might be helpful to realize that you were a part of the government at that time. A select few became aware of the dangers that were pressing in upon the nation and took it upon themselves to transplant the most important crystals that were movable to a safer place. They chose the islands off the coast, and as a great diversion was set about by those who knew what they were doing, behind the backs of those who might have stopped them, they flew the crystals to a safer land and planted them in obscurity. It was done within a 3-day span, and none was the wiser until the whole effect had taken place. Shortly after that, within the week, came the first great earthquake. You were one of these who spirited the crystals away, and you are the same who has your crystal here now. Call it again to you, that you might set up your laboratory and begin your training. It is you who must be trained, and it is you who must train your crystal. It is known that there are tiny crystals now, in full functioning all over the planet. It is known that they contain a vast amount of information in one tiny cell, and that they can release this information energy at will, the will of those who control them. Now multiply this and enlarge it, but doing it on a scale that is as yet unknown, and functioning in such a way as to enhance the beauty of human greatness and the glory of God on earth. The oneness that must come to humankind if it is to survive is to come partially through the crystals, and those of us who chose to hide ours in the new world now have an obligation to meet the task once again, to train ourselves and see what we can profit, not for ourselves alone, but for humankind. Did you know that you were going to come full circle? Yes, you did, but you did not know it would be so wide a circle. Did you know that there was a flow of humanity moving full circle with you? There is. And we who are in the finer dimensions at this time have been moving in the flow with you. We're ready to work, and we now dictate this book for transcription that we might be helpful to the cause. Come forward and search for your crystal. You will find it is waiting for you. It has been waiting for you for some time. It has built itself greater while it has been waiting. It is in fine form and ready to grow. School yourself with this study and others, and call your crystal to you. It will come as you move about and free yourself for your greater work. We are ancient and we are new. We span the ages to begin anew.